When you truly know and understand your perfect customer, you will find them, you will attract them, you will sell to them, and you will grow your empire.
You an entrepreneur, I got what you need.
Hey there, my loves. Welcome back to CPTV. I'm CP, and you are in the place for aspiring and growing entrepreneurs who want to turn their passions into profitable businesses and those businesses into lifetime freedom. If that sounds good to you, then go ahead and subscribe because you're in the right place. And every single Tuesday, I give you the training on the step-by-step business processes that you can implement immediately into your business and your life, so that you can get to that level of entrepreneurial freedom and that mountaintop that you visualize, deserve, and desire. So you heard me. Go ahead, hit that subscribe button and click that bell so you don't miss any of it. And of course, if you like it, then show me. Tell me, smash the like button, and tell me what you think in the comments below. Ask me your questions. Tell me what you need. I love responding to those. So last week in episode 4, we discussed step 2 of setting up your business, doing the research. And before we move on to step 3, I need to spend a little bit more time on research, specifically as it relates to finding your ideal customer. Because I get tons of questions and see entrepreneurs having so many challenges selling their product or services and really getting traffic and leads to even sell to. And that, my love, indicates a problem with you truly knowing and understanding who your ideal customer is and how to attract them. So today we are going to talk about the 6 most common mistakes I see entrepreneurs making when it comes to knowing and understanding their customers and how to stop making them. Because when you truly know and understand your perfect customer, you will find them, you will attract them, you will sell to them, and you will grow your empire. So let's get to work. So what are these 6 mistakes that you keep making? Well, let's start with mistake number 1. And that is basing your ideal customer profile on assumptions. You may know a great deal about your customers. Hell, you may even think that you are your perfect customer, but you need objective data from the market, not just assumptions. Your assumptions, quite frankly, could be wrong, or you could be missing something vital because not everyone thinks like you do. And unless you're going to buy everything from yourself, you need to get your head out of your own ass and stop making an ass out of you and me. You know, when you assume stuff, you make an ass out of you and me. You get it now? Okay. So once you start researching your target audience, you will encounter some surprises. There might be trends that you hadn't even noticed before or weren't even aware of. You will definitely learn what to say to your customer because you'll know what they want to hear, how they truly feel, and what they truly want. Think of it as a relationship, right? If you approach your significant other as if you already know what they want and need without really listening to them or figuring out what their own feelings are or allowing them to tell you, your relationship will probably not work out at all, right? It's no different with your ideal customer. It's a relationship, and you need to shut up and listen and learn. Mistake number 2, not being specific enough. Your ideal customer profile should identify one single individual who gets the most from your products and services. Now, stop sitting there thinking that if you do that, you'll be limiting yourself and who you can sell to. I used to think the exact same way. This isn't the only person who will buy from you, but you have to speak to one person in order to establish a real true connection. It's like when I'm doing a speaking event or something like that in front of a large audience, it's hard to connect with every single person in the room. So in order to really connect with my audience and enforce my message, I usually find one person or one face to connect with. And I can feel that connection. 9 times out of 10, when I'm finished speaking, that one person will come up to me after it's all over and engage in an effort to connect even further. Why? Because I made them feel like I was speaking directly to them and they heard me. Your ideal customer will be attracted to you in the same exact way, as long as you're speaking directly to them and specifically to them. That ideal person that you need to focus your energy and your efforts on trying to reach, and your money. If you try to be everything for everyone, you'll end up pleasing and attracting no one and spending a lot of money doing it. Don't you love specialists? If I'm having heart problems, I want to go to a cardiologist, not a generalist, to help me. If I'm having a wedding, I want a wedding planner, not just a random event planner. Hell, if I'm getting my hair done as a Black woman, I want to go to someone who specializes in Black woman hair, okay? Not someone who says, I do it all. I can do everyone's hair. You feel me? Look at it this way. That cardiologist I mentioned makes 21% more money on average than that general practitioner. Now chew on that fact. Okay, you get what I'm trying to say. I mean, that was a bit much. But anyway, mistake number 3, ignoring patterns. As you go about creating your ideal customer profile, you'll start seeing patterns. You'll recognize similar challenges, you'll recognize similar pain points and similarities. You should take note of all of those trends and include them in your actions, even if they don't seem strictly relevant to your business. All information is useful in crafting your marketing messages and targeted advertising. I've made this mistake before, thinking that I knew everything and that I automatically knew what my ideal customer needed. The patterns showed me that my ideal customer wanted something that I wasn't even offering, that I refused to offer because I kept ignoring the patterns. So I missed tons of opportunities and tons of money. And then sat around wondering why my sales were lackluster and wasn't nobody buying. At that point, I realized I needed to create products and services based off of those patterns, not just my head up my ass thinking. And once I began paying attention, the floodgates opened up and I was having true impact and making loads and loads of money, boo. Mistake number 4, forgetting psychological data when we are thinking of our customer profiles. It's natural to think of demographics like age and location and gender and income level when you're thinking about your ideal customer. But don't forget to also include psychological factors such as core values or buying behavior or likes and dislikes, dreams and aspirations, their challenges and their pain points, their feelings. Believe it or not, this information is even more important than the demographic information. It's also more important than whether or not the customer is a woman or a man. You need to make an emotional connection with your target market. Your marketing should speak to their values. It should speak to their beliefs. It should speak to their experiences and what they like and what their challenges are. This is how you demonstrate the ways that your product or service and your offering can actually benefit them. This is the way that you can actually talk to them. This is the way that you inspire action. We all do it. If someone is speaking your language and you really feeling them, you connect and you want to further that connection. If what someone is saying makes you squish up your nose and say, what in the heck are you talking about?
What you talking about, Willis?
Then you will begin to ignore their message and you will just check out of the conversation. You're going to grab your phone and start scrolling, right? That's exactly what your customer will do, ensuring that you don't sell nothing, boo. And mistake number 5, failing to gather indirect data. Now, as a part of my Startup Academy's ICA training, I teach my students how to interview their ideal customers so that they can really get deep. Reaching out to customers and holding focus groups or interviews are excellent ways to get data from your target audience. But don't forget to also obtain indirect data, because people won't always tell you what you need to know if you flat out ask them, right? On the other hand, you can listen to their conversations and you can watch their behavior to learn even more about them. I tell my students, spend some time reading Amazon reviews of similar products and services or books about what you do. Spend time in your Facebook groups reading comments and listening to conversations. Creep a little bit. Not all weirdo like creeping, just creep enough to hear what's not being said. Read between the lines. You know how to do that, don't you? I know you do. We all have a little investigative reporter in us, don't we? Channel her. Get that indirect data. It is a gold mine of ammunition that you will need and that you will use. And mistake number 6, setting it and forgetting it. Once you have a strong ideal customer profile based on objective data from your market, you are ready to start offering your products and services to them. You are ready to start marketing. But your ideal customer profile is not something that you can simply set once and then forget about it, right? It will change. You'll have to revise your ICP occasionally, your profile, due to changes in the market or your customers' tastes. When you launch a new product or service, you'll have to kind of adjust accordingly. Maybe your new product or service will have a new ideal customer. I have products and services that target very, very different folks, very, very different customers. And if you do this thing right, so will you. It's also helpful to brush up your ideal customer profile from time to time with new information from your market. So keep in steady touch with your customers so you can keep your ideal customer profile and your marketing strategy up to date, right? Complacency in marketing results in complacency in sales, which is the antithesis of growth, my love. When you become stagnant, you will not only not attract new customers, you will lose the ones that you've got. Think about the businesses who adjusted their marketing strategies during this past pandemic, right? Have you noticed? Well, I absolutely have. All of a sudden, my needs, my challenges, my fears, and my desires changed during the pandemic. And the companies who adjusted with those changes thrived and kept me as their customer. I even found some new things to buy. The ones who buried their head in the sand and didn't adjust with the market, unfortunately, they're probably gone or definitely on their way out. You don't believe me? I've got one word for you: Blockbuster. Okay? Do you know who Blockbuster is? I mean, I do know my audience, so some of y'all do know exactly who Blockbuster is, but some of y'all might be a bit young for Blockbuster. So let me explain a little bit about what Blockbuster is. Blockbuster was an American-based provider of home, movie, and video game rental services back when we had VCRs and DVD players. When I was growing up, you wanted to watch movies at home, you got up and took your butt to Blockbuster to rent you a video and a DVD. Now, the company expanded internationally throughout the 1990s, and at its peak in 2004, Blockbuster consisted of nearly 10,000 stores worldwide. But guess what? They made all of the mistakes that I've been mentioning to you. They didn't listen, and they just said it and forgot it until Netflix and Redbox and video on demand services swooped in. And by 2014, Blockbuster only had the last 300 company-owned stores, and they closed. Today, there's only one store left, supposedly somewhere in Oregon, okay? I wonder if I can send my last rental back to that store in Oregon, because I still have a DVD in that Blockbuster box. You know that box. Oh, memories. You like that blast from the past, y'all? That's for my exers, right? Anyway, look, not everyone will be the right match for your products and services. It's true. This is why it's important to create an ideal customer profile and intimately get to know your perfect customer. And if you avoid making the 6 major mistakes that I just went over with you, you can target the right people. You won't be sitting around twiddling your thumbs, not selling shit, not making any money, believing that becoming an entrepreneur was the biggest mistake of your life, and being about 2 seconds away from staying or going back to that trifling 9-to-5 that you at, okay? No! So, don't do it. Try what I'm teaching you first. Just try. Do you trust me? Yes. Good. I got you, my love. So do me a favor. Like this video for me, but only if you do, and check out all the detailed videos in this series. Hit that subscribe button and click that bell so that you will be notified when episode 6 drops next week. And until next time, my loves, have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe. Mwah! Bye-bye.